All right, so 30 days ago, I didn't focus on anything with growth or engagement. I'm going to show you realistically what it looks like on an account that isn't doing so hot. And I saw over the past 30 days, it definitely plummeted and took a hit on my account. And in this video, we're going to do a deep dive into Instagram analytics, and everything is going to be explained on maybe why you're not growing, or why you're not seeing the results you want to see, or why you're not getting the engagement you want. Have you ever just sat there and been like, why are my analytics so bad? Why does the percentage just keep going down? Well, in this video, I'm going to show you realistically what it looks like on an account that isn't doing so hot. And I'm going to tell you a little later why. And you want to make sure to stay all the way to the end, because I'm going to give you 4 mistakes that I made that you can be changing right now so you do see more growth and engagement on your Instagram. All right, so 30 days ago, I decided, I wanted to see more about analytics and learn more. I stopped engaging. I stopped, doing my growth strategies that I teach in the Insta Authority program. I stopped messaging new people. I stopped messaging current people. I sure messaged some clients in the current conversation I'm going, but I really didn't focus on anything with growth or engagement. And I saw over the past 30 days, it definitely plummeted and took a hit on my account. And what I wanted to do is do a before and after. So this is before, so you see what happens if you don't do anything for 30 days. And then in part 2, this is part 1. In part 2, I'm going to show you what happens when you do for 30 days, apply the growth strategies, and engage with your account and how much it could grow. So that way, realistically, you have an idea and see what can happen for your account. Okay, so let's start with diving into the account reach. Now you can see that the past 30 days, I have it marked up here. I put it on the past 30 days. You can see that it has decreased 41.8%. So obviously me not working on growing the account has definitely made a major impact. This is what it looks like now. And then you can see on the other side, right next to it is what it looked like previously. Now, of course, you can see a majority of my content type is Reels, and that's where a lot of the growth is happening, and that's what happened previously as well. So the Reels are still doing its reach, but because I wasn't implementing the other growth strategies that I do use and teach, with my one-on-one students or the Insta Authority program, I was actually seeing a decrease and not actually getting as much reach as the previous ones were. And of course, the posts are doing good, IGTV stories, but not as good as previously. Now, into the top post, you can see right here, you want to make sure we go the past 30 days, because this pops up the year so you can see the yearly overview. The last 30 days, you can see, it wasn't very good at all. Sure, people liked the reminder post and did it, but I didn't do much engagement or anything with it, so it definitely didn't do as well as others. And if we go to the top stories, let's click on that. If it clicks, why aren't you clicking? There we go. And it tops up the past 14 days, but let's do 30 days. And you can see, okay, the past 30 days, this story did pretty good, but let's see, I think it was, okay, this was right at the 4-week mark. So this was right before I stopped really engaging and doing that stuff. So let's just do 14 days to see. So, I mean, it cut it about in half, as you can see. The best one in the past 14 days was this one that I did, just talking about this week's video, or talking about, late start to my day, but nothing was as good when it was, from 30 days ago. So it cut it about in half, that's what I would say. For the top reels, let's see. So this shows the yearly overview, so you can see my best one was getting, close to 2,000 or over 2,000, and if I do down to 30 days, you can see that it probably cuts, in my views, about in half. And that's very interesting. It really makes it really low because I'm not doing that engaging or actively using certain growth strategies. And then if I go to IGTV, yeah, we're doing a deep dive on making sure you see everything. So that was last year, so you can see, okay, they got an average 300 to 200, okay? So then let's do the past 30 days, and you can see that definitely cut it down about half as well. So they definitely weren't performing very good at all. And then we get into impressions, down negative 10.7%. And then you can see at the profile activity, so profile visits. So profile visits at 4.9%. That's interesting. I'm very curious as to what precipitated that, since everything else is down. I'll have to really think about that, and I don't know really what that would be, other than certain posts, maybe sporadically they liked it or something, someone shared it or something. My website taps are down 16.2%, And email taps, I don't really get much email taps, but website taps I'm unhappy about, because the thing is if you have a business and no one's clicking on your links, then that's kind of an issue. I mean, you want people to buy things, you want people to go to your website and stuff like that, okay? So that's something I'm focusing on. Okay, let's talk about content interaction, okay? And what you can see right here, that content interaction is down 5.1%. Post interaction is up 6.9%. That's very curious from the past 30 days. I wonder why it's up 6.9%, since I really didn't do much, okay? You know, likes, comments, saves, that's all really down compared to what it was before. And I think I have a before picture. If I do, I'm going to put it up here for you to see. And then you can see, you know, my story interactions is down 83.4%. So it's looking like my stories took one of the biggest hits from reaching my audience and talking with them. And I've talked about this before, but I don't know how you feel about stories, but I really started to like and do more daily things with stories, and that's what it's kind of meant to be. Because when I was watching a lot on Adam Mazzari's account, I think I'm saying that right, and he is the head of Instagram, and he was talking about how, you know, people kind of got away from the purpose of stories, and they wanted it to be more like your day-to-day life, like a diary, and kind of sharing what you're doing, and just sharing, you know, a feed post or something, you know, selling. That's not really what the intent was behind stories. The stories I watch were that are actually more engaging and more what's going on with day-to-day life, as opposed to just selling. And you can see here, by me not really, I still did stories here and there, but I was kind of mixing it up a little bit, trying different things, and you can see it definitely took a hit on my stories. Reels interaction definitely went down 75.2%, so that's really bad. You can see, you saw that in the account reached account, how much, you know, my stories went down, so that the interaction definitely went down. And then my IGTV videos went up, and the only reason I think they went up is because I had I think a live 4 weeks ago, a live 2 weeks ago, and I've sprinkled in a couple lives myself and started doing that more. So that's the only reason my IGTV videos are up, and I'm incorporating more lives in there, because I found that is, you know, really connecting with certain people in the audience who want to watch it later, and they're actually fun to do. I enjoy doing them. So now let's take a look at total followers and how big of a hit it took. Okay, so the past 30 days, you can see overall I gained 2. I gained 69 followers, which from me not really doing much but posting here and there, not engaging. But then I also lost 67 followers. So the thing is it could have been the people that followed me and I didn't engage with them back who decided to follow, or it could have been previous followers, who knows. But that definitely took a major hit. And I'll pop up another picture of what it looked like before, where it was steadily increasing. Not much on location and thing, that one's really not important, but you can see right here the overall follower growth definitely stayed pretty much stagnant, like nothing really happened. So obviously that takes a big hit if you are not engaging or using certain growth strategies to reach more people on Instagram and reach out to different people that are in your audience who could benefit or love your content. Okay, so as you saw, we just took a deep dive into the analytics, and I hope that was very insightful for you, and you also got some comfort in it as well, knowing, okay, if that's happening to you, you can do something to change it, because I'm about to share with you the 4 mistakes I made that you can change to implement it. But it also is very eye-opening to show, you know, it is a social platform, and if you're not doing things to reach out or connect with people, you're not going to grow. So just posting to post or posting obviously isn't just gonna work to grow or grow your business, okay? And I do want to say, as a side note, to share the insights and analytics, I understand why some people don't, because I think it does take a part of your ego and your like your own pride away. Because I mean, I do teach people to grow on Instagram, I do teach people to make sales on Instagram, I've been very successful on Instagram doing it and teaching it to people as well. I just wanted to share it and be very transparent and show what it looks like if you're not doing something. And of course, in the next video part 2, you're going to see what it looks like if you're going to be doing something and implementing these strategies, and you're going to be learning some of those in that video as well. So let's dive in and unpack the 4 mistakes that I made that I think kept me from growing and really impacted my Instagram. That overall, these were mistakes that I made for I think quite a while. I wasn't really like happy with what I was doing, to be honest, because I realized recently I had a revelation. I was like, I got away from the purpose I had, the content I'm changing and what I'm doing different. So you can definitely go check that out. I also talk about it in my Facebook group a lot. I'll leave a link below if you haven't joined the Facebook group, but I really am open and transparent about things I'm changing and doing and what I did wrong and maybe what you can implement in your business, because it is about evolving and knowing what's working, what's not working, and what you have to tweak and change, and do things that you actually do enjoy. The 4 mistakes that I was making is, 1, I was promoting way too much. Okay, like you're like, hold up, Christina, like you have a business, like you have to promote, and it's like, yes, you have to promote your business, but the thing is I used to follow this rule of value, promote. Pretty much like 75-80% value, 25-20% promoting. And I really got away from that, and I think I was more at the 50-50 line, and I think that took a major hit on my engagement as well as the connection with people. I know that that was impacting it, because if I think about it, with the things I bought from people, the educational training I bought from people, they're not selling me 24/7. They're not selling me even, you know, every day. What they're doing is they're sharing what they're doing. They're providing me value, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I want more of their content. I want more of their stuff. I want their help. And I actually went to click the like. I went to go participate, but I went to go DM them. So it was me taking the action to go message them. Promoting way too much and lacking the value side. Now, if you're like, well, you know, like my business, I sell clothing, or my business is I sell cosmetics, or I'm in a network marketing company, like I'm not sure what kind of value I can provide. Like I see a lot of people are just promoting their products and they're not providing value or information. Like if you sell clothing, say you make your clothing yourself, well, you can give a behind the scenes of what it's like to make the products, what it's like to go find the products, what it's like to design or pick the colors or whatever it is, and actually get people's feedback, like would you like this or that. Like you can actually ask your audience for feedback and get them involved, which they would love to do. Same thing if you are in a network marketing company. Say you sell you know, health and fitness in that company. Well, guess what? Just because they sell the products or give you templates to sell doesn't mean you can't create your own. It's that thing called Canva. If you haven't gotten into Canva yet, I'll leave the link below for you to go find. It's also on my like tools page on my website. You'll see it down below under recommended tools page. Canva is where I design all my graphics. It's super easy to do, and you can do it too and make it more unique to yourself and create more of a brand where you stand out. Because if you're using just graphics that everyone is using in your company, you're not really standing out. Not to say you can't use them. Say you are promoting, like we said, the health and fitness company, and it's like a certain product you're using. Well, you can share yourself making the drink or something fun. Maybe you came up with a new drink with it, or you're using it in a different way. Share that, and then make it a slide graphic to where a carousel post, where it's like 1, 2, 3, follow these steps, or here are the ingredients. And when they slide over, they see the graphic from the company. So switch it up a little bit and see what works best. And if you have like your own jewelry business, do the same thing. What kind of jewelry, you know, material is it? Like inform people about it. Give people styling ideas, what to style it with. It's just so endless. You just have to think about it and be a little more creative and try different things. Try things that, you know, your audience might like. Okay, so provide value. The point is value, and then promote here and give people an option to buy or DM you or things like that. Because you think about yourself. I want you to think about yourself and the things you buy. Do you buy from people that are like, buy from me, here's my product, buy this? Or do you buy from someone who's more likely like giving you value, and you're like, oh my gosh, this was so great, I follow them, oh my gosh, I've liked their content, oh my gosh, I sent them a DM, oh my gosh, I want to, you know, be a customer. Like think about your process as well. By the way, leave in the comments below. I'm really curious like what your process is and how you kind of think it through, because it would be fun to see how you think it through and how others think it through, and if it's similarly aligned. Okay. The second mistake I was making is I was focusing on the wrong stats. Okay, it's so easy to get caught up with, you know, the followers, the likes, and all those vanity metrics. Let's be real. And since, you know, we have a business, and I would much rather want 200 loyal followers who are customers than 10,000 followers and 2 customers. let me know how many followers you want versus customers. Like, would you want 200 loyal followers and customers, or a 10,000 followers and 2 customers? Let me know, because I'm guessing you're gonna say the 200 loyal followers. And so I was focusing on the wrong stats. Okay, so change the way you're looking at things and focus on the things that, you know, matter. Like, how many people are saving it, how many people are sharing it, how many people are actually commenting, engaging with it, and not just like a heart emoji, I love it, which of course some posts require the heart emoji, but people who are actually leaving thought-provoking or great comments that are like, huh, this is awesome, I can engage with it, this is actually like creating conversation. So really take a second to think about, what do you value and what are you focusing on? And if you're valuing the followers metric too much and the like metric too much, really think about it. Like, does it really matter? Like, are you getting sales right now? Are you making sales because people are following and liking? If you're saying not, then I would change up what you're saying, or not saying, thinking about, and your analytics, and focus on stuff that you're creating where people are engaging with the content, when they're actually saving it, where they're actually wanting to share it, where they're actually wanting to leave a comment. Those are some of the most important metrics to look at. And the other thing is website clicks. If people aren't clicking on your website, switch things up a little bit. If you have to switch up your bio a little bit, do that too, because the bio is the first thing people see. I made a video, I'll leave the card up here for you so you can click it, but it talks about creating a bio that, you know, gets someone to follow you, comment, engage with you, DM. Okay, so the third mistake I was making, I wasn't posting enough. Now this is kind of obvious because of course earlier I was sharing that I really wasn't posting much, which I understand, but previously I was doing too much and overthinking it. You really don't want to take too much time doing it. It's easier for you to bust it out. And like, I just started a new Instagram account, starting with that YouTube channel, Instagram for business tips, and then the Instagram is Insta for business, and I'm focusing solely on Instagram on that account, and I've been able to bust out content regularly on there because I am keeping it so simple but focused, and working on that. Now the thing is with, you know, not posting enough, like, sure, you could post once a week if you wanted to and do it consistently, but you have to really think about that. Like, if you're posting once a week and then there's other people who are posting 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 times a week and consistently making stories or IGTVs or going live, things like that, reels, like, you're missing out on getting seen because there's so much content that's being pushed out there. And on top of that, the Instagram algorithm shows it typically chronologically, so if you're posting once a week, your stuff is going to get pushed down pretty fast, especially if it doesn't pick up that momentum and gets that engagement and looks at what people want. Then it's just going to kind of die down, and you're not getting that reach or growth that you're maybe wanting to see. So maybe think about posting more. And I previously was like, you know, well, how much should you post? And there's so many videos like, you should do this, you should do that, you should, you know, post 3 times a day previously, you know, you should post 3 times a week, you shouldn't post more than 5 times a week. And it's like, honestly, who cares? Really, who cares? If your audience loves seeing 3 posts a day from you 3 times a week, great, do that. If people like seeing 7 days of posts a week and it's not hurting your audience and your audience is liking it, well, guess what? Do it. So really just test it out. See what you like, see what your audience is engaging with. And the thing is when you're doing this, don't just create it to create it. Have a purpose behind the piece of content and test it out, see what works and what's not working, and then come back and look at your analytics, and it lets you know what content pieces are performing really well. You know, I'm curious, you know, how many times are you posting a week? I'd love to know, as well as I know other people would love to know as well, to see what you are doing and what type of results you're getting. So share them below. And the fourth mistake I was making is I had unrealistic expectations, and I was overthinking it, which really caused me to kind of burn out. Like I said, the past few months I've been feeling kind of frustrated with Instagram particularly, and what I was doing with my business. And that was mainly because, 1, I got away from my sole focus and what I really wanted to be doing, and 2, I was focusing 100% on Instagram, which I love Instagram, but the thing is I got started because I want to teach people how to grow online, and just using Instagram to grow is not the only thing to do and the end all or be all. So I'm really incorporating more of what I wanted to do in the beginning and start with, and that's why I created that Insta for Biz tips and just doing Instagram there. So I'm still doing Instagram, but incorporating more of the business side, which I'm more interested in and I love, like the mindset aspect, the email marketing aspect, other growth strategies that you can be using, and other platforms that you can be using as well. So you have to really think about what you're doing in your business. You have to think about why you got started, what it is that you want from it. Because if you know, and the thing is burnout isn't a bad thing. Like, it lets you know, like, one, maybe what you're doing isn't working, and you should just change what you're doing. Switch it up. Yeah, I mean, it's your business. So if you want to switch it up, you can switch it up. That's totally okay. But just don't do it every other day. Like, if you try something, I take this with a grain of, like, think about it, because if you're trying something and then the next day you're like, oh, it doesn't work, I'm switching it up, that's unrealistic. You need to at least give it like 30 days to see if it's working, or if something is getting you the results or it's not, or if you like doing it. So at least give it 30 days or something like that. Don't do a couple days and then be like, no, this doesn't work. So think about that, because it's so easy to burn out or feel frustrated or go start your business. I've talked with a lot of you who said, okay, well, I don't even know if I want to continue my business. Like, I'm very frustrated with it. Like, I'm not making the sales that I wanted to see. And it's like, well, what have you been doing? The only thing you've been doing is posting. You've been posting sales the whole entire time. How many people have you been reaching out with? How many people have you tried to engage with? And it's like, well, you know, certain things are in your hands that you are not taking the action to do it because A, you're scared, or B, you don't want to do the work. And if you don't want to do the work, I don't know what to tell you. Then, to be honest, you should switch up what you're doing. Two, if you're afraid to do it, you can fix being afraid. You just have to start trying to do it, pushing the boundaries and do it. It's so easy to curl up in your little ball and be afraid. But if you actually like decide to step out, something is like, this is more important, then you do it. So those are the 4 mistakes that I was making. Let me know below if you were making one or all of these mistakes, whether it was, you know, promoting way too much and lacking value, or whether it was focusing on the wrong statistics and doing more of the vanity metrics, whether it was not posting enough and you were sporadically posting here and there and not posting with a purpose, or 4, was it just like you were burnt out? You had unrealistic expectations and you thought it was going to be really easy, but it wasn't. So share below. Now, of course, like I said earlier, part 2 is coming out, and it's going to be showing you the after 30 days what happened. So subscribe if you haven't already, so you get notified when that video drops. And if you really love this video and got so much value from it and thought it was really interesting, make sure to screenshot it and share it to your Instagram and tag me in it at @thechristina_. That way I can reshare your share, and it's always fun seeing who liked it and got value from it and knowing that it was beneficial for you. All right, have a wonderful day, week, month, whenever you're watching this. Love you. And here are other 2 videos that you might like. One has 2 parts to it. It's about starting a YouTube channel if you haven't started a YouTube channel yet. And the other one is about editing videos if you're interested about editing videos. Of course, I have lots of different videos on my channel you can go check out, but these are the 2 that are most related to it. All right, you guys have a wonderful day, week, month, beautiful year, whenever you're watching this video. All right, bye for now.